Well, folks, we made it to the weekend again. Happy Friday, everybody. Hopefully, everybody's having a great day. Trying to get my audio right. Somebody let me know in the comment section if it is plenty loud enough today. Occasionally, people say something about the audio is not loud enough, and so I've been changing up. No more Bluetooth. Got the little ear wires, doing it direct. And got my speaker a little taller. Hopefully, that will help. Or my microphone, should I say. But I know y'all all remember the Hawktois girl that yesterday spit on the guy that was running for a position in Trump's cabinet as far as the U.S. Attorney General for Washington, D.C. And he was coming out doing an interview with Newsmax Live, and this crazy liberal girl run up and spit a loogie at him. I guess we've got a second Hawktois girl, a little different, but a little the same. Let's go ahead and play that clip because, truth be known, what happens is she is now being actively pursued by the police. There is a Class D felony for assaulting a federal officer. And they said she could go to prison for 5, 10, 15, 20 years. I mean, there's different speculations. But she's going to definitely probably go to jail, get a fine, be on probation. It's not going to go well for her. They probably will catch her in the next 24 hours. Just because that's, if they're actively pursuing you like this, they'll probably come get her since she's a nobody. And I'm just glad to see it because nobody deserves to be spit on. Come on now. This is crazy. All right, let's play this thing, and we'll move on to the next story.
We need to get really focused. How you doing? Oh, whoa.
You are a disgusting man.
Oh. Well, I'd have to control myself. I would. Don't do me like that. Don't do me like that. All right, folks. It says just in, President Trump to sign homecoming executive order, a project homecoming executive order to encourage illegal aliens to self-deport. Full-scale aggressive deportation surge, including with additional 10,000 officers. Going to get more help against those who remain. So that he's going to give them a certain amount of time to get out of Dodge, take the money, or look out, we may be knocking at your door tomorrow. That's what it boils down to. Trump is scheduled to sign at least 3 executive actions this evening, including a proclamation of establishment, projected homecoming, a program that incentivizes illegal aliens to self-deport. This comes on the White House ramps up efforts to encourage self-deportation. Wow. Oh, that's better. Self-deportation. Radical left judges blocking the Trump administration from executive mass deportations. Last month, the Department of Homeland Security and White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt reminded illegal aliens that they must register with the federal government under the long-ignored Alien Registration Act and leave the country or be arrested to never return. Border Czar Tom Homan issued a stark warning last week to aliens who fail to register or leave the country. If you're an illegal alien in the United States, this message is for you, he said, and you cannot hide from us. We're actively looking for you. Dang. They're not playing. They're rounding them up. And I'm just glad to see it. So they're going to try to push this thing through to where they get more action on the ground. Let me go ahead and show you a little more to this story. It says you're running out of time. You need to self-deport before the rules change because they're fixing to change. All right, it says here, Steve Miller says what we're actively doing is we're looking at suspending the habeas corpus on immigration matters as the courts wage war on executive and legislative branches. We got all these woke left-wing judges that are trying to stop us from deporting these people. Don't even want us to deport the Trinidad or the MS-13s. I don't get it, but at any rate, Miller told the Gateway pundit on Friday, talking about Stephen Miller, on Friday during a press gaggle at the White House driveway that the Trump administration is actively looking at suspending the writ of habeas corpus used to challenge unlawful detention for illegal aliens. Check this out, folks. This sounds like a good idea. I believe Obama did it, or several presidents have did it to deport people. Clinton did it.
Hold on, there's a question back there first. I have two quick questions. First, President Trump has talked about potentially suspending habeas corpus to take care of the illegal immigration problem. When could we see that happen, do you think?
Well, the Constitution is clear, and that, of course, is the supreme law of the land, that the privilege of the writ of habeas corpus can be suspended in a time of invasion. So I would say that's an option we're actively looking at. Look, a lot of it depends on whether the courts do the right thing or not. At the end of the day, Congress passed a body of law known as the Immigration and Nationality Act, which stripped Article III courts, that's the judicial branch, of jurisdiction over immigration cases. So Congress actually passed, it's called jurisdiction stripping legislation. It passed a number of laws that say that the Article III courts aren't even allowed to be involved in immigration cases. Many of you probably don't know this. I'll give you a good example. Are you familiar with the term temporary protected status, or TPS, right? So by statute, the courts are stripped of jurisdiction from overruling a presidential determination or a secretarial determination on TPS when the Secretary of Homeland Security makes that determination. So when Secretary Noem terminated TPS for the illegals that Biden flew into the country, when courts stepped in, they were violating explicit language that Congress had enacted, saying they have no jurisdiction. So it's not just, the courts aren't just at war with the executive branch, the courts are at war, these radical rogue judges, with the legislative branch as well, too. So all of that will inform the choices the president ultimately makes, yes.
Sounds good to me, folks. Sounds really good. I wish I knew the law a little better, but if Stephen Miller says it, I believe it. Now, this here is a before and after video of a detention facility, as they call it, and this thing went viral. About the immigration today, it seems like, but no, we got some Letitia James story as well. It says Democrat representative physically attacks agent at Newark ICE detention facility. If you haven't heard this happened a few hours ago. This guy here in the blue suit and this woman here in the red, and they say a possible third one on Twitter. Several people on Twitter are saying there is 3. But at any rate, let me show you here. It says Democrat LaMonica McIver, woman in red jacket, physically attacked ICE agent at Delaney Hall Detention Facility in Newark, New Jersey. What they were doing is they were trying to open the fence to put people in the facility, I guess a bus to go through, and these protesters, including politicians, were at the gate doing their little song and dance, and they tried to push through the hole in the fence and end up pretty much look like fighting with the well, you be the judge, with some of the officers there. And Christy Noem, I believe it was, Alina Habba steps in and had them all arrested as far as the story goes, considering she is over ICE. And it gets ugly pretty quick. These people are in trouble. At least one is already being charged, or been arrested, should I say, not charged, been arrested. And they're probably looking to arrest the second one. It says Miss McIver physically attacked an ICE agent in Delaney Hall facility in Newark, New Jersey on Friday. Democrat member Congressman Newark Mayor, the mayor of Newark, Ras Baraka, went to inspect the Delaney Hall detention facility in New Jersey when all hell broke loose. It says here that is angry over Trump administration's efforts to lock up illegals. The Democrats began shouting ICE agents as they stormed the facility. Here we go, folks. It gets ugly pretty quick. Let's see here. Alrighty. Dang. It's a little longer version of it, but that's basically what it is everybody just squabbling right there at the gate. These people are better watch out pushing on federal officials, because you'll end up like this guy right here, the mayor, Baraka. Look at there, there's a video of him being marched out. May that be a lesson to all those that think it's okay to push on an officer of the law. Not cool. You're asking for it. Trying to bully their way in. Actually, they had pushed their way in further than they should have. They were sitting there trying to, I guess, have a press conference while they were having a fight. This lady in red, though, if you watch her closely, let's watch her in this video real close. Lady in red. That guy. It got crazy, folks. These people are going to have to learn the hard way. You're going to have to start locking them up when they start breaking the law right there on film in front of the public against politicians, against federal government employees. It's not cool. If I was to hit a cop, I'd probably get my butt kicked and go to jail and be in jail for a whole minute. That's the way it works here in Texas for the most part, from what I've seen and my experiences. Not that I've had too many like that, but at any rate, some people, I guess some states you get away with more things than others, and I hate to hear it. It says, breaking news. If you haven't heard this, Letitia James, I told you yesterday, Letitia James was on the hot seat. She's got an investigation that is being handed over to the FBI. Well, as of today, Letitia James is hit with a grand jury subpoena. This is real. And over the exact thing that she tried to charge Trump with. That is such a glorious thing about it. We'll go ahead and listen to a national report clip about it, because they spill it pretty good.
Reach out yesterday to Letitia James's spokesperson, and when these allegations first came to light, they did provide a prompt response, alleging there was a weaponization of the justice system, some type of political payback. This time, though, her spokesperson has not responded to our requests for a comment. Back to you.
Well, we'll wait for that. Lana Austin, thank you for joining us live there. We do appreciate that. I want to bring in now Amy Robbins. She is here with us on the set. She is the host of the Amy Robbins Show. Amy, good to see you on set. How are you?
Great to see you guys, too. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So we've covered the civil Trump suit, the trial that went on forever. There were so many, by the way, to keep tally of all the lawfare that we've seen. And now you have this full circle moment of what the AG accused and charged the president, Donald Trump, of. Now she is being indicted by a grand jury, or at least we're seeing subpoenas issued by a grand jury now on the very same charges. What are the odds of that?
It's just irony all around, and I can't help but laugh at where we find ourselves now, because you're sitting here saying this is somebody who ran in 2018 on making promises that she was going to take down Donald Trump. And I don't know if these people just continue to think that they are above the law and that what they do is just never going to get found out. But this should be a really big wake-up call to any other Democrats who have some skeletons in their closet that someone's coming from you and it's going to be found out.
Totally agree. She really did.
I know I shouldn't enjoy that, but I really do. Letitia James is going down, folks. Letitia James is going down. Subpoenas, grand jury injunction. Oh, grand jury fixing to be indictment. Oh, it's fixing to get ugly for that woman. She is not only a criminal, she is a slumlord, and she is not a very nice person, obviously. She's a Trump hater, and she probably got paid by the White House to go after Trump. Now, this here is her speaking, and this here went viral yesterday, I believe it was. Check this out. This is her trying to speak, I guess, explain her take on it. Excuse me, yesterday. Here we go, folks. This is good.
My question is for Tush James. Will you apologize to President Trump for wasting millions of dollars and the state of New York for a witch trial? And how does it feel to know that you will be in prison for mortgage fraud?
That's right.
Thank you for coming.
Good job.
We want to thank him for coming. We respect all opinions. Everybody knows those allegations are baseless. They're discredited. And so we want to thank him. Our next speaker.
My question is...
Oh, she looked nervous. Like, subscribe, and share to the Patriots. Over and out.